The very first thing the girl did after being reborn was to dig open her parents' grave with her own hands. Looking at their charred corpses, she finally confirmed that they had truly died in the fire. In her previous life, after her mother passed away, she was left with a baby brother only 1 year old. She had no choice but to abandon her studies and shoulder the burden of raising him. For 20 long years she toiled, sacrificing everything to give her brother a future. But on the day of his celebration banquet, she was shocked to discover her parents, dead for 20 years, appearing alongside a strange young woman. To the girl's horror, her mother coldly ordered bodyguards to beat her to death on the spot. And worst of all, her beloved younger brother, whom she had raised with her own hands, feeding and clothing him since infancy, stood by with indifference. "I don't need some country bumpkin, sister," he sneered. "For the sake of my future, just die quietly. Only if you're gone will no one ever discover that our identities were switched." It was only in her final moments that the girl realized the truth. She had been swapped at birth. She was the real daughter of a wealthy family. Her parents, eager to enjoy life with their true daughter in the city, had faked their own deaths years ago, abandoning the girl and her baby brother as burdens. Now that her brother had risen to fame, they had returned to claim him while casting her aside. With bitter unwillingness, the girl died. When she opened her eyes again, she found herself back on the very day of her parents' funeral. Recalling the agony of her previous life, she wasted no time. She pried open her parents' coffin and was stunned to see the charred corpses inside. They had prepared these bodies in advance, using them to stage their deaths. Villagers were outraged at her unfilial act of digging up her parents' grave, but the girl knelt before the village head and wept. "My parents died too suddenly. I only wished to see them one last time. Besides, you told me they died in a construction accident, but these bodies were clearly burned. Isn't there something strange here?" The headman hesitated, then claimed he had misspoken, that indeed her parents had been burned to death. This was exactly what the girl had been waiting for. If they died in a construction fire, then where is the compensation money? The headman was caught off guard. The parents had never mentioned any compensation before leaving. Afraid his corruption would be exposed, he quickly tried to calm her while secretly contacting her parents in the city. Soon after, he returned with good news. The construction site was willing to pay her 5,000 yuan as compensation. He even lectured her before leaving, telling her to take good care of her little brother and not to stir up trouble again. The girl wasn't surprised by her parents' generosity. After all, their real daughter was the heiress of the richest family. To them, this money was nothing. After handling all the funeral matters, she carried her 1-year-old brother on her back and set off for the city. Since her parents trusted her enough to fake their deaths and leave the boy in her care, then in this life, no matter what, she would